Hi, everybody. I hope that you're well. Today, I am going to be creating some short videos on why you should be investing. And what I want to do is I want to explain the importance of investing. I don't want to take a long time. I'm going to watch my time, and how you can start investing. If you are somebody and you hate going to work every day, you don't like your job like that. It's just, I'm looking for another opportunity. I need additional income. I want to talk to you about how you can invest. I call it simple ways of investing. And a lot of people are just, they don't know. So for those of you, who don't know me, I'll tell you just a little bit about myself. But if that's you, you hate your job, you need additional stream of income, your child may want to go to school, you don't know how you're going to pay for it. You may want to go to school, you don't know how to pay for it. You're interested in investing, but you don't know what it is, so it's a little intimidating. I just want to make some things really simple for you right now. It doesn't cost anything. This is just me pouring my time out, and I'm going to tell you why in just a moment, okay? And offer you some resources that can help you. Again, those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. L.A. Payne. I'm an international educator, and I focus on investment education. I have taught K through 12 internationally. I am originally from Oakland, California. I taught in Atlanta, went to college in Atlanta, have a doctorate degree in education and administration leadership is where I focus my time. Okay. When I was growing up, I was the first person in my immediate family to go to college. And I just wanted to get out of Oakland. I'm not even going to tell you any lies. And it's not because I don't love Oakland. I do, but I wanted more for myself, and I wanted to be around more a different type of Black culture, where people were more in entrepreneurs in their thinking and progressive in different ways. Okay, not knocking the Bay in any kind of way. That is where I'm from, and that's because I am who I am because of the Bay. But I wanted to go to Atlanta, and so I spent a lot of time in high school trying to tell my friends, "Hey, we need to go to Atlanta. Let's go to Clark. It's a Black college." And all of these things. I had never been to Atlanta a day in my life, right? And you're young, and sometimes young, you're impressionable, but it was a good idea. It wasn't a bad idea, okay? And so I was sharing this with my friends, and I went to college. And when I came back, one of my friends who had to choose a different life, who was just as smart as me, if not smarter, he said, LaJean, if you would have drugged me kicking and screaming, he said, every day I wish, because the life I had to choose, that you would have drugged me kicking and screaming with you to Atlanta, because my life would be different than what I'm out here doing, if that makes any sense. He is one of my whys. When I graduated from college, I ended up going into teaching as a service project. And one of my cousins says, Cuzzo, you work a 9 to 5? Yes, baby. A lot of people work a 9 to 5, is what I needed to explain to him. But in his brain, he was not created to work a 9 to 5. He thought that was just absolutely ridiculous that I would go and work for somebody from 9 to 5. So he did what he had to do for a living. It's because of him that I go hard to teach people about investing, because I know what it's like. I ain't always been Dr. Payne. I know what it's like as a teacher trying to pay your mortgage and take care of your students and make sure that their needs are met, and having GoFundMe so that we can equalize education and opportunities for our children. I know what it's like. And I know what it's like to live in Dubai and live at the top of the building and look at the Palm Island and drive whatever you want to drive, right? And be surrounded by people who are living a best life, but in debt and can't leave Dubai. I know what it's like. So what I'm saying is I do what I do because I know people from all different walks of life who I equally respect. I respect them as humans, and I respect their experiences, and I respect their choices. But I feel like through investing, it levels the playing field. Now, many people, they don't invest because they don't know what it is. They don't know how. Most people, when you talk to them about investing, they just know the stock market, right? And most people think, I don't have that kind of money to invest in the stock market, or I don't even know how it works. So they leave it alone. So through my foundation, the Art of Confidence Foundation, I and my partner, Shaniqua Dasher, have made it our mission to educate people all around the world about how they can begin investing with as little as $1. Now, I know that sounds too good to be true, but let me tell you something. The world has changed, and it's not too good to be true. You can invest with as little as $1 and do quite well. and invest from your cell phone. So I'm going to kind of just talk to you about simple ways of investing. But I wanted to tell you just a little bit about me and my heart and why I do what I do, because I want people to be successful. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that you can see my screen. All right. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these things. Now, I teach people how to get paid. Okay. And you can tell what you see is what you get with me. And I don't have time to waste with you or vice versa. Right. Because your time is precious. And again, I respect people and their decisions for their life. But I teach people how to trade in something called the foreign exchange market. A lot of people don't know this is the largest market in the world. $6.6 trillion per day go into the foreign exchange market and you participate. I'm pretty sure you bought something online from a different country. I'm pretty sure you have something in your house that says made in China, made in Indonesia. Every time you do that, you're participating in the foreign exchange market. And there are people making a lot of money. What most people make in a year, you can probably make in a day or in a month in the foreign exchange market. And you don't need a lot of money to do it. A lot of people, that's too good to be true. I heard of Forex. That's a scam. That guys, listen to me. Stop listening to people. Okay. Documentation beats conversation any day of the week. Okay. The foreign exchange market is a real thing and you can invest in it. Now, it is volatile, meaning it's high risk. It goes up and it goes down. Okay. I say people should participate in the foreign exchange market if you're willing to learn the skill and if you're willing, and that's what you can afford to lose. But I love Forex. That is my specialty. I teach chart analysis. Forex is my thing. Started in 2018. In my community, we do very well. So I teach something called Forex, the foreign exchange market, and we do that during the week, Monday through Friday. And we have something called Payday Friday. We have something called the Breakfast Club, and we go in there and we eat. Okay. Now, that is something that we do for people a little bit more experienced. But let's talk about things you can do that are simple. We like to teach people, Shaniqua and myself, how to buy fractional shares. Yes, fractional shares. What does that mean? Before, if a stock, let's say it costs $5,000, right? And you had to buy it for $5,000. Well, the world has changed. That is not true anymore. Okay. You do not have to spend $5,000. You can buy as little as $1 on most platforms. Okay. Some people, they don't allow you to do it, but some platforms do allow you, Robinhood, Stash, Cash App, to buy $1 shares. And you can watch that grow. I always tell people, don't take my word for it. Documentation beats conversation any day. Test it for yourself. You can go on Cash App right now and make the decision if you choose to. And I have to say it like that because I'm an educator. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm an educator, just letting you know about opportunities you might want to do research on and take advantage on. But we buy stocks on Cash App. Okay. I have a Fidelity, I have a Robinhood, I have a Stash, I have a Ameritrade, I have several accounts, but I like Cash App the best because you can just buy $1 and I put $1 in and see, okay, well, how does it grow? If it grows significantly, well, me and that stock, we can talk more. So that is called a fractional share. You can purchase fractional shares and begin to test it until you feel confident in learning more, doing your research, choosing companies that you believe you want to invest in. Okay. But I just highly recommend that you get started. You should not be in 2021 hungry. You should not be trying to figure it out, looking for a way, trying to make ends meet. Honey, God has answered your prayer. Let's be real. There are so many ways out here that you can take a little and turn it into something more. Okay. Does that make sense? Five fish and how many loaves of bread? That kind of situation. Okay. So just think about that. Fractional shares. Now, something else we teach are dividends. I love dividend stocks. My favorite one is Chevron. Chevron pays me nicely. Okay. And I said that I like Cash App because I'm always getting a message. Chevron just paid you. The Gap just paid you. Okay. So some, not all, stocks, they offer you what's called dividends. And dividends is just a paycheck that you receive from holding a stock. Does your job do that? If you don't show up, you don't get paid. It's really that simple, right? So these are things that I call passive income. So we teach you the foreign exchange market for those who are a little bit more aggressive about money, okay? But we do have some passive ways in Forex as well. And then we teach you simple ways of investing in the stock market, simply buying fractional shares, okay, or purchasing dividends as a beginner until you mature, okay? And then the crypto market. Now, I love the crypto market. I love it because it has grown my account more than anything. I'll be really honest with you. And we find passive ways that you can participate. Why passive, Dr. LA? Because most people just don't know. And when you don't know, you're kind of afraid, okay? And so we don't want you to be afraid. I always tell people never invest what you cannot afford to lose. When you are a beginner investor, you should be investing your Starbucks money, your McDonald's money. You should be investing a little to see how it grows, and then you can go from there. So, one thing I love is Coinbase that you can see on my screen. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of things. Coinbase, because guess what? Coinbase, most platforms will have learn, and I am an educator, so I'm an advocate for what? Education. So they are going to have all these different little things. You can come on here, you can watch tutorials for free and learn about it. Another thing they have on Coinbase is you can watch 1 minute videos and they will pay you. They will pay you to educate yourself. So I have watched all of the videos and I have grown my portfolio from that. This is just another way. Now, a lot of you are like, but what in the world is crypto? Crypto is not real. Real. What is this talk about Dogecoin? Now they're talking about Safe Moon, right? People have all these, and then I was watching some Facebook comments, or not watching, but reading comments, and I'm seeing other leaders like myself who are knocking people for being interested in this. One person said, well, instead of investing in Dogecoin, you should be learning how to trade Forex. If you know how to trade, you know that that is absolutely not true. Now, trading is personal, but why would I say that? Well, Dogecoin is passive to me. If you go over there, and Dogecoin is a real coin, right? It does not have a use case, okay, like Bitcoin, but now they're adding more data to that. But here's the thing, with Dogecoin, if you don't mind, I just want to address that really quickly, and we'll come back to Coinbase. It's funny because, I invest in my education. I'm a professional. So I invest in my education to learn from experts, right? I can't be out here educating people and I don't have continuing education. So that's why I personally invest in my education. And one of my master traders and trainers and educators was saying, Dogecoin, it doesn't have a use case. We're not going to be supporting this, leave it alone. And so I was like, hey, he said that. I respect him. We're not going to do it. Dogecoin ran up, and everybody I knew, even the people who were like, oh, no, we're not going to do it, they had bought Dogecoin and made at a minimum $11,000. Documentation beats conversation any day. So that made me feel like, wait a minute. People have their opinions, but guess what? I can't spend your money and you can't spend my money. So you have to make the decision for yourself. And of course, I went and bought me some Dogecoin, and it's been paying me quite nicely ever since then. So you cannot go off what people say out here. These people will lead you to the poorhouse, okay? You have to, documentation beats conversation. But I don't recommend investing, anything ridiculous. Invest what you can afford to lose with any investment. People tell you that over and over again. So that's what I recommend. Okay. Now back to Coinbase, crypto. What is this crypto that you speak of, Dr. LA? Okay. Crypto. This is real money. It really infuriates me when I'm reading and people are saying things like, this isn't going to last or it's not real. It's crazy, right? Because if you think about our world, okay, at the beginning, of our when we start bartering, right? We started our world with exchanging, right? Or this country, let's say. We know how this country got here established. But let's say what happened. They were exchanging things. They had a bartering system. Then they had gold, right? And then we went from gold to what? Money, paper money, right? And then we went from paper money to what? Paper checks, okay? Do you remember when your great grandma found out that they were going to have these things called banks? And they were like, I'm not putting my money in banks. They're not about to take my money. That's not real. That's fake. There are still people, who are a little older who believe that today, that banks are real. They're going to take their money. You know somebody. Don't do that. Well, that's kind of like what cryptocurrency is when people are saying, oh, this is not the way of the future. This absolutely is the way of the future. So what is this crypto conversation all about? What did I say? We went from gold to paper checks, from paper checks to what? No, gold to money, cash money, to paper checks, from paper checks to plastic, right? debit, Visa, MasterCard. And now we are going into the digital world. There are some countries where they don't even know what you're talking about. You pull out some money, okay? You have to pay for everything through your phone. This is where our world is going, to digital currency. Digital currency, Bitcoin, was created because there are a lot of people living in different countries. And guess what? They need to send money back to their family. So instead of going through the middleman, i.e., the bank, i.e., the government, i.e., paying all these fees, it was established so that you didn't need a middleman, so that you could send your money, okay, through the internet. So that is what digital currency is. And that's when you hear all this conversation about blockchain. And of course, I'm simplifying this for you. When you hear all this conversation about blockchain and all of these different things, well, that's what the blockchain does. It's a security system, basically, that verifies transactions as they're going through the blockchain, so that it goes from one section, one device to another, so that it's transmitted instantly. And I'm trying to make this as simple as possible for people who are not, more familiar with computer science. Okay. So the blockchain is verifying transactions. And when these transactions are verified, okay, somebody is getting paid. Well, that is called crypto mining. And so that's why it's a big boom, because the currency market, digital currency space, is evolving rapidly. It is now $2 trillion per day. The foreign exchange market, 6 trillion per day. And that's simply currency exchange. And you participate in it when you buy something offline. So why am I creating this video? Because I am expressing why I care about people learning, okay? People learning this skill. And how can you learn? You can learn Coinbase. You can go on Coinbase and you can go to learn, and you can check out all these different things. You can learn and they're going to pay you. The conversation about Dogecoin, look, if you want to buy Dogecoin, that is your business. If somebody is telling you what you should or should not do, they should not be doing that. You make your decision. But documentation, yeah, beats conversation every day. And what's the documentation? Look in your bank account, right? And a lot of people, they get scared, because they're like, oh my gosh, it's going up. Oh my gosh, it's going down. Guys, that's what the market does. It's going to go up and it's going to go down. Okay. And typically when it shoots up, that's when you want to take your money. Okay. So in the foreign exchange market, I teach chart analysis. Okay. And so like Bitcoin right now, people are having a heart attack because Bitcoin is dropping. Red means it's dropping, right? But look, if you look at the history, that's what the market does all day long. It goes down and it goes up. It goes down. Let me take this off so you guys can see. It goes down and it goes up. Okay. It goes down. I love when it does this. That's a major drop. Now, when it does a major drop like this, people typically have a heart attack and they take all their money out, right? But let me tell you something. What she does on the bottom, she's got to do it on the top. Okay. How do I know this? Because we study the charts. Okay. So we don't, scared money don't make no money. We don't have no heart attack around here. Okay. Because we know, well, this thing right here is called a RSI. When it drops out here, the market is going to go back up here. Watch, mark my word. Okay. So this is where you want to get your money. Get your money up here. Don't have no heart attack down here because the market is dropping. You don't lose money until you take your money out. Okay. So unless you're trading Forex, that's different. But those of you who are just investing, you're not going to lose all your money until you take it all out. Okay. So let that market pull back and let it pull up. And then when she pulls back up here, if she did it before, it's going to do it again. Let it pull back up here and, then make your decision. I'm not telling you what to do. Anyway, I just wanted to have this quick conversation about simple ways of investing. And I hope that you find this to be useful. I do have a complete community of people that are learning every single day. With crypto mining, I do have another one where we're investing there and making more money than all of this combined. So if you're serious, that's the moral of the story. Okay. Yep. I should be in good time. If you're serious, please go ahead and send me a message. Okay. You can't be shy. You can't be bashful. I have no desire to judge anyone. Okay. My only desire is to empower as many people as I possibly can. I do feel like the Harriet Tubman of providing financial literacy to people. So if you're really wanting to learn more or simple ways that you can start investing, I will be more than happy to help you. I will provide you with a mentor, and your mentor will be more than happy to walk you through every step of the way. I hope you found this information to be helpful. I didn't want to take up too much time. I'm going to be doing more quick videos, quick tutorials to talk to people about these things. Have a great day. Please, let's connect. Bye, guys.